Hey people, it's Niles talking. I'd like to thank Pro Black Vote Free for this story. So this is from WeBuyBlack.com. Government refuses to purchase masks from a black-owned company. Ground zero for COVID-19 is Chicago's Cook County Jail. Hundreds of detainees and at least 200 correctional officers are currently infected. Prisoners, guards, and other first responders in Chicago are without personal protection equipment, PPE, gloves, masks, and the like, making the situation even more deadly. People are dying, even though a black-owned company in Illinois literally has millions of masks available. The city, county, and state refuse to talk to the owner. In fact, the governor of Illinois is spending $1.7 million on 2 flights from China in order to purchase masks there. Apparently, the government would rather allow prisoners, guards, first responders, and hospital workers to die rather than do business with a black-owned company. Dr. Willie Nelson is the founder of Omar Medical Supplies. Since 1997, the company has distributed medical supplies like plastic gloves and the like with distribution facilities around the country. Each week, the company brings in millions of N95 masks. Given that its corporate offices are in Illinois, the outbreak of Cook County Jail, the roughly 25,000 COVID-19 cases in the state, and severe lack of PPE available to local hospitals, one would think Wilson's phone is ringing off the hook. Wilson's phone is ringing a lot, just not from the state, city, or county, according to Vetras Boyce. Boyce is the CEO of Boyce Enterprise and a consultant who works for Dr. Wilson. Boyce contends that Dr. Wilson has repeatedly called the mayor and governor, but cannot receive a call back. For Boyce, the final straw was when Governor J.B. Pritzker spent $1.7 million in taxpayer money on 2 flights from China to bring back PPE. The challenge, if not refusal, to do business with black-owned companies is not new. Illinois has a program to increase spending with minority-owned businesses, the Business Enterprise Program. Still, white women actually receive roughly twice the amount of dollars that black men and women get combined from that program. Sadly, Illinois is not unique. The same drama plays out at the federal and even local levels across the country. Death and disaster, however, should motivate people in very different ways. People are dying, and yet Omar Medical Supplies can't get a call back. People are dying, and with each day that goes, first responders are at risk. Still, no callback. The crisis is bleeding state budgets, and yet the government is spending millions in taxpayer dollars to bring in planes from China. You just realize just how backward it is. The disease came from China. You're just sending planes to China to get protective equipment from the place where the disease is. It's just insane. But white supremacy is insanity. Rather than receive a shipment from down the street, questions must be raised. Omar Medical Supplies is donating 100,000 masks to Cook County Jail, according to Boyce. The company has also donated to local hospital. Dr. Wilson is doing what he can to save lives, but he also likes to do what every other entrepreneur wants to do, sell to the government. To be sure, many more questions must be raised. If the government has a need severe enough to charter planes from China, why wouldn't they purchase from a local company? Surely there must be some mitigating factor as to why Dr. Wilson isn't receiving a call, right? Still, given the racist history of this country, logic and reason should never be assumed. Well, it's like Neely Fuller says. White supremacy is more than willing to let a few white people die in order to perpetuate racism. So this is nothing new. So while doing a quick bit of web searching, I found Mr. Wilson's site. So I'm going to leave that in the description as well. I don't know how it works. Like, do you buy in bulk or can you buy individually? But whatever. I'll leave that if you can go check it out. Please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to support this channel, leave my GoFundMe in the description. If you'd like to follow me on Instagram, I'll leave that there as well. Peace.